Hey guys, how's it going? JD here. Today we're going to talk about trading psychology, and I can promise you have never heard anybody talk about it or explain it the way I'm about to. I'm about to go deep, deep, deep in the bag. So you cannot watch this video to the end if you want to. It will be a mistake. Let's go deeper. All right, guys. So today's lesson comes from, actually, the idea comes from Roland, who wrote, "Bro, I would like to see from you a video about the psychology of a trader, please." So, Roland, here you go. This one is for you. So, let's start. Well, let's start with a definition, right? So, after he wrote me that, I thought to myself, like, well, psychology is a real big, it's a big conversation there. So, what would be, you guys know how I do. What's the simplest way to put this? So I first started with the definition. Give me a second to pull it up here so I can read it, because it was very interesting. The definition of psychology: the scientific study of the human mind and its functions, especially those affecting behavior in a given context. But if you look down to similar, under similar, it has mindset, mind, mental processes, thought processes. Then look at that next line: the mental and emotional factors governing a situation or activity. Okay, so after I read that, I got to thinking, like, all right, so I don't have to cover everything about psychology. What he really wants to know is what type of mindset should you have when you're trading. So after I started to focus on mindset, what came to me is something that you're not expecting. I'm sure you're not expecting this. By the way, it's a good time to like. It's a good time to like because it's about to get juicy. Okay, so what came to me was this, and this is why reading is so fundamental. You never know what you're going to read that's going to bring it back together, because what I'm about to explain to you about a trader's mindset did not come out of a trading book. Nope. Go figure, right there. And there's tons of trading books on trading psychology. This didn't come out of a trading book. This idea that I'm about to drop on you came from The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. Okay. So, mindset. What type of mindset should you have? You should have the mindset of somebody else that you know who is being successful. So, in the book of Wallace D. Wattles, if I was to summarize the book, the summary would be: to get rich, you have to do things in the certain way. All right? If the book explains that if one man gets rich by doing things in a certain way in any type of industry, then any man can get rich doing things in a certain way in that same industry. Okay? One person is not really more special than the next. They just are doing things in a certain way. Okay? This is the mindset, to do things in a certain way. So, how does that help us, for those of you who are trading and everything? So, my story is, well, no, scratch that. Let me say it like this. I've been freely given away a certain way, really, definitely all month, but really ever since I've been on YouTube. Okay. The certain way is price action. Price action is the certain way. Okay. I know somebody who is rich through price action. Okay, so we're all trading. You could be trading futures, you could be trading Bitcoin, you could be trading whatever you're trading, you could be trading options, you could be trading futures, right? You could be trading MT4. We're all trading, and everybody has different styles. People are scalping, people are swing trading, people are using indicators, people are using RSI for entries, people, everybody has ways of trading, right? Well, price action is a certain way of trading. And so with that being the case, since I know someone who has gotten rich, okay, I know someone who has gotten rich from trading price action. So my mindset is to copy the certain way so that I can get rich, right? That's my mindset. That's my trading mindset. That price action is the certain way. Now, let's go deeper. I'm gonna read you another insert from the book. Okay, well, I didn't read that. I gave you a synopsis of my take on the book. But here's a quote right off the book, because we're gonna bring it home now. We're gonna bring it home. Another great time to like. Another great time to like. I know this is juicy. Don't play like this ain't juicy. Okay, I'm gonna start here. No, let's go to the top. You are not to try to do tomorrow's work today, nor to do a week's work in a day. It is really not the number of things you do, but the efficiency of each separate action that counts. Every act is in itself either a success or a failure. Every act is in itself either effective or ineffective. Every inefficient act is a failure. And if you spend your life in doing inefficient acts, your whole life will be a failure. The more things you do, the worse for you, if all your acts are inefficient ones. On the other hand, every efficient act is a success in itself. And if every act of your life is an efficient one, your whole life must be a success. That's a lot to unpack, but I'm gonna keep it real simple for you. Once you've learned a certain way, once you've been given a certain way, so you've taken my course, or you found price action somewhere, the price action is going to be the key, right? You know that that's the certain way. Once you found the certain way, now what comes in is discipline. The next step for your mindset is discipline, because it works like this. Every day that remember, we're gonna have efficient acts and inefficient acts. Let me give you a quick example. You overtraded. You were supposed to take one trade, you took 6. Very, very inefficient. On the other hand, you're supposed to take one trade, you took one trade, and you stopped no matter what. Efficient. Success. That was successful. I don't care if you lost the trade. That was a successful day, because you had the discipline to do things in an efficient manner. It doesn't matter whether you won or lost. You followed the plan and you did it in an efficient way. The more efficient days you have, you're going to have success, right? So this is a day by day thing, right? Discipline, you have to have this mindset every day that you're going to do things in a certain way. You're going to take price action setups, and you're going to follow a plan, which is going to give you the discipline to have enough successful. So success and failure comes down to this. The more successful days you have, you can't help but be successful. The more inefficient days you have, the more days of failure, you can't help but become a failure. So it's going to come down to your ability and your discipline and the mindset to follow your trading plan, to do things in a certain way if you know price action. Your ability to follow your rules and your plans and trade price action, that's the difference. So all you have to do from there is rack up enough successful days. Even if you lose, you may win the next 4 days. And because you were efficient on that losing day, you were efficient. You only lost whatever percent you was in the plan. That was efficient. It doesn't matter that you lost. It matters that you followed the plan. And then once you have 5 winning days in a row, now look, you're well in profit because you have been efficient. Even when you lose, you're still efficient, right? Inefficient would be you're only supposed to take one trade, but one day, Monday, you took 3. Sunday, you took 5. You see where I'm going? That's inefficient trading, and it's going to lead to failure. But if every day you are efficient and you follow your trading plan to the T and never break your rules, never break your rules. Don't take the range fade when the signal candle is a doji, Don't trade at off times where the market probably isn't moving, but you're just bored and you want to jump in. All these things are inefficient, So to summarize, I hope this has really blessed you. To summarize, we're talking mindset. We said psychology, but it's your mindset. And what I have been giving you guys the correct mindset definitely this last month. I mean, my goodness, I have given you guys a piece of the certain way. We've been taking range fades all summer. That's one trade set up for price action, right? So I gave that away for free. The range fade, I just gave that away. It's a part of the certain way. You know, price action has lots of setups, but the range fade is one way to have success in the markets. It's a certain way. And so you trade it a certain way, which I've been showing you guys, you know, all summer. So the range fade is our certain way. After that, all we have to do is be disciplined enough to follow our trading plan, whatever that may be. And the more successful days you have, the more successful you will be. So that's the lesson for today, Roland. I hope that helped you out. The trading mindset, hey, you got to find the right strategy. You got to find the certain way, which in our case is price action. Then you have to have the discipline to follow your trade plan. But if you do, I don't know why I just gave the inspector. I don't know why I just say the inspector. I'm just crunk. Okay, I'm happy today. Sorry, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope it blessed you. As always, let's look at a real life trade example. I'm about to go out here right now, find a range fade, take it properly. Win or lose, doesn't matter. I'm going to do things in a certain way, and I'm going to be efficient while I'm doing it. Let's go find a trade. Hey guys, hey, I'm sorry. I blew it. I messed up the trade. Well, I messed up the recording of the trade because my camera was still connected to me from where I was giving the lesson, and I thought it was recording my screen and it wasn't. So sorry guys, no live trade today, but this is the entry I took right here. So we had this move up off the bottom of the range. I missed this entry. It worked all the way up. When its congestion broke out, hit the kill zone right here. I had it listed from this. Well, actually I had it boxed up from here. Hit the kill zone. I entered here and I made a mistake. I went at 5 minutes instead of 10 because I was looking at a 5-minute setup. So it was tight. I was scared. I took it at 5 minutes and it worked out. So it would have worked out at 5 or 10 minutes. But I took the 5-minute setup, went against me, hit the kill zone again 3 times, shot down, and I won here on this candle. This was the 5th candle. So good win for the day. Another successful range fade. Then I skipped this entry, which is a high, lower high, beautiful signal candle. I could have took this, but I just was gonna keep the win in the bag today. But it would have worked on a 5-minute setup. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom, good win. Then finally, I skipped this. You also could have took this as a high, push down, lower high, beautiful signal candle right off the EMA, falling hammer, closed on this bottom. That's the go, and you see what happened. That's trading in a certain way. That's trading in the certain way. Okay, and today I check off the day as a successful day. I was efficient. I only took one trade. I only took a price action setup. I had the discipline to wait for it. I dodged about 4 or 5 other trades before I decided on this one. I had stuff was moving today. I had this lined up. I had the Euro Tri boxed up. I had the Euro USD boxed up and the dollar yen boxed up at one point. I was watching all of them. I missed this one coming off the bottom right here, but it had too strong of a break, so I skipped it. It would have also worked. Then let's jump over here to Euro dollar just so I can show you what I was looking at. The Euro dollar, I was looking at this when it was making this action, but when we got up here, this signal candle here was weak, so I skipped it, and I could tell that the EMA was straight up, so I said this could be more danger. I skipped it, and I said I'd rather see if it does breakout pullback, which it did. Breakout pullback entry right here. That wouldn't have worked either, but we went into the small range, so I would have been wrong. So because I followed the certain way though, and the price action skills, I didn't take the signal candle because it didn't close lower to the one to the left. It didn't break higher. It didn't show huge rejection. It wasn't big, none of that. And the EMA was right here, so I skipped it, and I saved the losing day by following the rules. And then that dollar yen, I think I would have lost on that too. Let me show it to you here real quick, if I can find it. Dollar yen,
Yep, I had it boxed up. But then we had this huge break here. Huge break. I said, nah, I'm not taking that. And then here, all this stem, I couldn't take the breakout pullback either. So I just aborted and probably saved myself because check this out. Look at this beautiful high, push down, lower high. Oh, look at that huge signal candle. I normally take that, but all of this is happening in the wrong spot. All this needs to happen under, clearly under the EMA, not above. I mean, clearly under the range, not above. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You believe that? You would have lost that. So I dodged 2 losers today because I followed the rule of if it breaks the range, it's no longer a range fade. It's a breakout pullback, which is exactly what this did. It broke out, it pulled back, and boom, we off to the races now. So I dodged 2 losers because I followed the rules of price action until I saw what I wanted to see, which was right here, hammer off of the top of the range, and boom. Okay. You know what? I'm feeling a little giddy here. Look at this. We are to the bottom now. Let me put 10 minutes on the clock. Is this the one where I didn't know where the bottom was at? Ah, this is the one I wasn't sure about the bottom. This is clearly bottom here on this matching bottom right there. This is clearly the bottom. We've been off the top twice. This is the 3rd touch coming off the bottom. My. Look how far away that EMA is. If this one had a turn green and closed here, would have taken it. Okay. Again, it didn't do the action how I wanted. This is a huge candle. I don't know about going against that. Dollar strength too, which is what I was expecting, which is why I took this one. I better leave my winning day intact, right? Let's be efficient today. So sorry I didn't record the trade properly. You know, I'm sorry about that. I know you guys like to see that. But yeah, this is what happened. And you know, here it is right here. There's the Audi. So Audi dollar. That's what I took today. So that's what we want today. I want to take this so bad. Just because the EMA is a mile away, but it didn't break lower first. It did break lower first. This is probably gonna work. Anyway, thanks for tuning in today. I hope this has helped you and blessed you and can help you be a better trader. So please like, subscribe, and share. I greatly appreciate it. And as always, I wish you increase on the Sutton. Bye-bye.